I hear the talking of the DJ. Can't understand just what does he say. I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Wall of Voodoo were a band from LA. They existed from 1977 to 1988. Their distinguishing feature was Stan Ridgway on the vocals, on that unusual sound. They didn't have huge success. They did some concerts. They opened for Oingo Boingo and for The Residents and for Devo. You might not have heard of any of those, but they're all kind of odd, weird acts. They produced 2 albums in the early half of their career. After their biggest gig, which was at the US Festival in 1983, 3 of their band members immediately left, including Stan Ridgway. The rest of them carried on with the name from there and had 2 more albums before they stopped. Hi, my name's Dan. I'd love to hear what you think of this album, or in fact what you think of this review. There's a comments box down there, which is really useful. If you put something in there, I'm going to see it. That'll be great. There's also a subscribe button down there. If you click on that and then click on the bell and click on all, then you'll get notified of all these reviews that I'm doing. Do it! I'm going to say, you want to. I don't know whether you want to or not, but join me on this journey. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this album is the second album by Wall of Voodoo, and it's I think it's not a stretch to say that this is musically odd. In fact, probably in most ways it's odd. It's not way out there. It's still music. It's not kind of like free jazz or experimental metal or something like that, but it does have a certain kind of oddness to it. Let's break that down and do some description. So the first thing is the vocals. Stan Ridgway has a interesting approach to vocals. It's quite eccentric and expressive. It sounds a bit like the B-52s guy, a little bit like David Byrne, and it's got a little bit of a cowboy edge to it, which is, kind of fun. The whole thing has got this kind of cowboy feel with other strangeness in it. The lyrics are also fairly odd. There's some story stuff. There's some adult ideas in here, so not necessarily one for the kids. But worth digging into, I would say. Musically, so at first it really put me off musically, mostly because of the drum machine. So they've got an early 80s sounding drum machine. They've also got quite a lot of synth going on, but it's the kind of synth that doesn't have touch-sensitive keys, so it's very it's lacking in expression. It reminded me of things like Human League in that kind of sounds. We've also got spaghetti western kind of guitar going on, electric guitar, an occasional harmonica, and a few other things. So the whole sound put together has this kind of cross between early electronic pop and cowboy music. Do those two things go together? Well, maybe you're going to have to listen to yourself and judge. I guessed when I heard it, not knowing anything about it, my kind of initial guess was 1983, just from the sound, and actually it's 1982, so I was pretty close. It's kind of kitsch, and as I said at first, I didn't really like it. I listened to it twice, and the second time through I liked it more. It grew on me as I listened more carefully and listened to the lyrics. It's got a kind of kitsch charm to it, I would say. My favourite track on here is Mexican Radio, which we have at the start of the video, which was their only hit. Hit is a little bit generous as well, but it got some radio play, got some chart positioning. So it's okay. It's a bit of an acquired taste. If you particularly find it appealing, obviously you're going to like it. if you like slightly weird things like Devo, for example, you might really like this. I kind of liked it a bit. That's it from me for now.